Welcome to the unit run-through for Choices Pre-Intermediate. In this video, I hope to show you how we can use the different components and strengths of Choices to enhance your students' learning. To do this, I'm going to be looking at Unit 6 of Choices Pre-Intermediate, which focuses on the topic of music, a topic that motivates teenagers. At the top of this page you can see the objectives. It is important for the objectives to be set right from the beginning so that the students remember why they are doing something. The purpose. It gives a clear outline to the lesson. As you can see on the page, the focus is on vocabulary, and you can see here 3 boxes which show the vocabulary that students will be studying. This is accessing students' lexical knowledge on the subject, not only at word level, but also how the language is used in speech. On this page we also see the philosophy of the course, to provide language before giving students the opportunity to use in production. Choices sees production as key in the process. In the first major spread, we see the topic focus moving more specifically to bands. We begin with a warm-up. We then go through to language, then practice, and finish with production. This is the standard process of learning that we see throughout the spreads in Choices. Here we can see in the warm-up language being accessed through knowledge of music and then through information gathering in the reading, leading to some critical thinking. This is because we think it is very important to use language for 21st century skills. We then move on to the language introduction. The philosophy of the authors of Choice is language through guided self-discovery. For students who may find this difficult, a language choice booklet at the back of the course book is provided. This is also a check and a place to go for those who wish to find out more about language. Here you can see 2 pages from language choice on the subjects that we're talking about. On the left you have the practice, and on the right you have reference for Module 6. It's important that language learning goes on both in and out of class, to especially free up time for production in class. Therefore, we can try and do more practice outside of class, and this is where My English Lab can come in and help on the course Choices. Here we can see the first page of My English Lab, and on the right here the contents part for Module 6, Music. As well as My English Lab, another component that enhances lessons with Choices is the Active Teach, which brings those coursebooks units to life on the board or on computer screens. Here we can see the menu for Unit 6. Note the other options in the menu below, particularly the DVD. Here is an Active Teach page from Unit 6. The whole page is displayed. Notice the action bar on the left side and the magnifying glass. If you click on that magnifying glass, you can zoom in to any part of the page. All exercises are animatable, either as exercises, listening activities, or games. And in the top left-hand corner you can see the icon next to Have To and Not Have To, which is an example of a games icon. So if we click on one of the animated exercises, here you can see Module 6, Lesson 16, Grammar Alive. Click to listen, and then students will fill in and complete the activity. This can either be students can come to the board and fill it in, or they can do it on their own computer screens. BBC Visios also accompany Choices and can be found on Active Teach with accompanying worksheets. In this case, this video is looking at the functions of giving opinions, which is covered in Module 6. The second spread focuses on festivals and concerts. It's the same format as the previous spread, but it is now using both listening and reading as input. During this lesson, we focus on a few other features of language. For example, the sentence builder looks at how we construct language using verbs and adjectives together. There is a language choice reference, which we have looked at earlier, and there is practice leading to production. In this activity, we are not only accessing verbs and adjectives, but we are also asking the students to use critical thinking. Also in this lesson, we look at extending students' lexical range. Word Builder focuses on multi-part verbs using turn. And again, this is followed, in your choice, by a production exercise using 21st century skills, especially communication, collaboration, and critical thinking. The tab at the end of the spread gives you advice on how to extend the lesson, referring to My English Lab or the workbook, which we will see a little later. The third spread in this module has a smaller section on grammar, focusing on may and must, but following the same procedure as the spreads. However, for production, we now focus on a more extended writing section. The writing section involves students dissecting a model written piece taken from real life and then using a process writing approach to enable them to create their own similar piece. Here you can see how the text builder helps them develop the skills they need to write using the skills builder section, and there is also a focus on reviewing your work when they have finished their writing. Here is the section of the skills builder that you can use at this time to help students write letters to a magazine. The writing workshop is followed by a workshop on the other important productive skill, speaking, returning to the topic of festivals, and in this case, locations of festivals and concerts. The students first access and gather information through reading and listening. The talk builder then focuses on the function of agreeing and disagreeing. Students practice this through a variety of small speaking activities, leading to a more comprehensive speaking activity at the end. The tab at the bottom gives you hints on how to extend and enrich the lesson through songs, My Lab, and the workbook. Here is the skills builder for Module 6 to help them complete the speaking workshop. Notice not only does it cover functions, but it also gives advice on strategies for speaking. This is the relevant culture choice text, and this was recommended at the end of the speaking workshop. Here, as well as giving more cultural knowledge and background to the language, it also involves a widening of their lexical knowledge and gives more comprehensive reading practice. There is a comparison of cultures here and a key project at the end of the spread to utilize 21st century skills. In addition, the workbook allows students to self-reflect on their progress with a progress check section, which also includes a module diary at the end of the page. This brings us to the end of this short video. We hope this has helped you to see the variety of options that are available to a teacher in each module of Choices Pre-Intermediate. And we hope this video will aid in the coming months for you to use this course to enhance your students' learning and make your lessons fun and rewarding for both them and you. We wish you all a great academic year.